So I'm so excited to be here with Dr. Margot Jacquot, who is the Chief Care Officer at the Juniper Center in Chicagoland. And we are here to talk mom to mom. So our challenges with parenting, it is good, especially when one of the moms is a licensed clinical psychologist. Mm-hmm. So what we want to talk about today is, Margot, I find that when kids get older, they want to push your buttons. They want to push your buttons, and my theory is the closer you are, they're trying to make you react so that they have an excuse for kind of leaving and separating.
Right.
So what is this about? What's going on?
Right. Well, so I'm sure for those of you who have had kids, you remember that kids, when they're younger, will do things to get your attention. So you will look at them, you will interact with them. Mm. This is very different. Now, when you have a teenager or a pre-adolescent, they are going to do things to separate from you. So our tendency can be, we don't realize the rules of the game have changed necessarily, so we'll try to get involved, or we take the bait, which is your language. I love that. You know, you can just watch a kid, they throw out the line and we bite.
Oh, they're just looking for a reaction. They're looking for you to explode is what they're looking for, just to lose your cool.
That's right. And
which
not
is so easy when you're a teenager.
Which is so easy, right. And the best thing we can do is teach ourselves how to calm our own brains down. Mm-hmm. So, but to the point of kids wanting to hook you, they're not trying to be mean. They're not trying to be hurtful. This is part of that developmental process. And I'll tell you, my children, and probably yours too, I don't know about yours, they're exquisite at figuring out the things that will drive you crazy. And then that's what they're going to do. Yeah. If grades are the most important thing to you, I forgot my homework at school. I don't know what happened. For me, it's foul language is big and being respectful. Guess what I got all kinds of once I started pushing back on that. So the question becomes, how do we allow our kids to separate and not get hooked? Right? So the way that I would suggest that you do that is, first of all, you need to sit down and figure out the things that you are likely to get hooked by. Grades, language, tidy rooms, not coming home on time, all things that are important. I don't disagree with that. But how you approach your kids, making sure they feel like there's an element of control or a choice for them, especially as they get to be older teenagers, is imperative.
Do you think you should pick your battles? Because you just listed about 5 or 6 things.
Totally.
Totally.
And knowing that if I decide I'm going to really crack down on this thing, I might see more of it. Mm. So it's really important, right?
So if you say don't drop an F-bomb.
Boom. Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So I might say, well, it's up to you. If you decide to use that language, I know you're wanting us to buy this thing for you and you're having to earn this money. Mm-hmm. You just lose $2 every time you drop that F-bomb. Mm-hmm. So it's up to you. I am now making it unpleasant for him and less attractive for him to drop that F-bomb. Okay. I guarantee you he'll choose something else, but it probably won't be that. Mm-hmm. So I want to be really careful about how I'm doing that. Certain things are non-negotiable.
Right.
When you need
anything
to get home,
with safety.
Anything with safety, that's non-negotiable.
Right.
But a lot of these other behaviors, it's just that they want to get a reaction, they want to push it away.
I actually found in our house that my son would say something, whether it was about school or something like that, and I knew it was designed to get me to get upset. Yep. And so I would just change the subject. Kind of like when they're little, you can just give them a different toy.
Right.
I actually found that you could just completely change the subject.
Yes.
So if you get into A, B, yes, no, like introduce something else completely and it changed the conversation.
Absolutely. You just distract them. Mm-hmm. And especially with younger kids, they can get really distracted pretty easily. I think as they get older, sometimes that can be harder depending on the kid. Mm-hmm. They'll say, hey, wait a minute, we were talking about this. But I love that idea, especially if it's something they want to be talking about.